Hello and welcome to the Average Initiative, the average podcast by average guys that know an average amount about an average amount. We're going to talk about it anyway. My name is Lewis.
And I'm George. Lewis, do you have an awkward situation where you bump into someone and you start talking, and about 2 seconds into talking to them, you realise that they're in a rush and they really don't have time to talk to you?
Yeah, I've got to go. Bye.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, I wasn't doing it. No, I just bumped into someone I used to work with. Like, he was
Yeah.
one of my old assistant managers. Like, not for very long. We always had stuff in common.
Mm.
He's a big Trump supporter, but other than that,
Ooh.
fine. Yeah, and he's Scottish, but yeah. No, and we were chatting. I was like, yeah,
We'll
you know,
allow that
life's-
part.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, life's been, whatever,
Mm.
lockdown, blah, 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 the disease that shall not be named and all this. He's going, And on the fourth, I realised, I was like, oh, you have a train to catch, don't you? He was like, yeah, I'm like, probably going to miss it. I was like, go, don't worry about it. He didn't even say bye, he just took off. So I was like, oh, I'm assuming he had to train, or he just didn't want to talk to me.
Clearly he was just too polite to say anything.
Well, yeah, must
Or
be. Or
maybe he was just so engrossed in your conversation that he forgot he had a train until you said it.
Yeah, but it's always awkward. You think, do I like? Should I end it or should I let it end naturally?
You should just do what I do and just never talk to anyone ever.
There is always that.
It's a lot easier that way. They don't have to hear
Yeah.
my bullshit. I ain't got to hear their bullshit.
I know. It's a good thing you don't do a podcast, isn't it?
Yeah. I gotta go, by the way. Gotta get trained.
Alright. Ugh. Why am I getting trains all of a sudden?
Speaking of trains, what are we talking about today?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. You choo-choo asked.
Oh,
Pass that.
I thought you were saying I'm choo-choo asked. I was like,
I'm also choo-choo asked.
what does that mean?
I chew your ass. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Choo-choo.
I never realised that. If you take a screenshot with a dual screen monitor, it captures both the screens at the same time.
You learn something new every day.
We do. And we are talking today about the series finale and the series as a whole, I guess, of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
The Soldier and the Falcon Winter.
The Disney Plus series is now finished.
Sad times.
Yeah, be sad. But I mean, I enjoyed this finale. I thought it was a fantastic
I
one.
loved it.
It was like movie quality level.
Yeah.
Great. Like this in the last episode. Like sold me on this series. There was a bit of a dip in the middle, but then they salvaged it by the end, sort of.
I wouldn't even say there was a dip in the middle. I'd say it was just an upwards curve the whole time for me.
Yeah.
Like, not like a straight curve, but like more of like a smooth kind of curve, you know?
Yeah, like a
Like a
All right, we need to stop. This is an audio format.
Having moving
video
on.
is not good for us. Having video on is not good for us because we're just talking to each other rather than like.
Yeah, but when we start doing this in person, that's what's going to happen. So we just got to get used to it.
Well, yeah, boy. Yeah, I mean, overall, I did enjoy the series. Like, obviously, it was the one I was most hyped for.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
When it was announced, I was like, yep, that's the most makes sense series out of them all. Which is why I think without knowing it, I set on high expectations.
Yeah.
So then nothing I thought of could ever live up to those. But I mean, that's my own problem. I do think it could have benefited from a few more episodes just to flesh out a few more of the story threads. Not to the point of it getting boring, but literally another episode or two just to kind of give these characters room to breathe. Because like we said, by the time of the end of the last episode, it was kind of like, right, everyone's in place, finale. And it was like, oh, okay, hang on, like what? I want to, like, can we live in this world a bit longer and then get the big finale?
I know what you mean, but I thought that before this episode, and I wasn't sure like how they were going to wrap everything up. And it was kind of similar to when we watched WandaVision, and you think, how are they going to like wrap up all these different threads and all that? And where WandaVision sort of didn't, I feel like this one did.
Yeah,
because it doesn't wrap up the stories of like the Power Broker and that, but it puts them in a place where we can now branch off from that and have other things, other properties, and various other things like that.
Oh yeah, no, I fully agree. I think I say everyone comes to a nice, neat end. All loose ends are tied up, and it's all what's the phrase? They're wrapped up with a bow. All good.
Tied up in a knot.
Yes. Can you not? I just think along the way we could have got some more moments. Like I've said this before. I think we got a lot. I think we almost got too much focus on the flag smashers, which isn't a bad thing because we need the villains developed. But then when they introduced John Walker as like an antagonist as well, it's like, well,
Yeah.
you're filling up your basket of stories rather quickly, and you've got to kind of compromise which ones you want to tell.
Yeah.
Like I like the idea of. I almost feel like. This is going to sound really stupid, but had this been like a standard series,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have got the new Captain America until season 2.
Do you think?
And then John Walker would have been the whole like plot of that series. If this hadn't been like a limited run, like 6 to 8 episodes, because obviously that's how Disney doing it. I'm thinking like like the Netflix Marvel shows or like the CW stuff, where it's like a bit of a longer format. I think season 1. I mean, think like we said about Daredevil, he didn't get his costume until the last episode, which I know is very similar to this, but like he wasn't Daredevil until season 2, and then we got like the Punisher who was kind of testing his morals and his reputation. And
I
whatever.
know what you mean, but I mean, there was a lot of complaints about that sort of stuff in the Netflix show, wasn't there?
Yeah. I mean, again, you'll never please everyone. I want to make it clear, I'm fully happy with the series. I think that's fantastic. I love better than WandaVision.
What you were saying about John Walker, I think, but again, before this episode, I would have agreed. But then this episode took him in a completely different direction than I thought he was going, and so it all makes sense leading up to it. Like his arc completely makes sense sitting where it was, because if it wasn't him, then you wouldn't have had such a conflict between the Flag Smashers and Falcon, because John Walker's the one that goes in and tries to do it his way, and then that creates more drama between Falcon and Carly, I think the name is. So if you take John Walker out, Sam's just going to talk her down, as he does, and then he never really gets his Captain America moment. That's
true, but I mean, you could have. I mean, no, you're right. But then
that's just by going off this episode. Like before this episode, I was 100% agreeing with you. I was like, there's too much Flag Smashers. Like, not enough Falcon and Bucky, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I fully get that, but I think. Like that moment where John Walker storms in and interrupts Sam talking to Carly from a couple episodes back, like that doesn't have to be. I know it is because of he's in the story, but that didn't have to be Captain America. Like that could have just been like you could have made that character say, I don't know, General Ross or someone, I don't know, or Torres or whoever, just army man who's kind of.
But isn't that like the whole point that it is Captain America doing it, because Sam is supposed to be Captain America, and it shows that he has the heart and the mind to do it that way, whereas you put anyone else in the Captain America role and they're just gonna army man bust in there, do that shit.
Well, but you can have that moment without you needing John Walker's Captain America.
I just see it as it's like a mirror. It's like mirroring, isn't it? It's like you got the good side and like the other side.
Yeah,
I know what you mean though, I'm
thinking like Sam didn't need John Walker for that moment. John Walker needed Sam for that moment. Do you get what I mean? Like, you could have still had Sam being like unsure if giving up the shield was the right thing. Like, I'm not ready to be Captain America. But then we can see through actions, he clearly is ready to be Captain America. He just doesn't think he is until he meets Isaiah and does that story.
But if it's not for John Walker, then he would never realise that he needed to take up the mantle. Yeah. If you don't have someone take it up and fuck it up, then Sam's not going to realise that actually you can't just give the shield away. And because they're just going to make someone else it, he needs to be that guy.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, but how sick would have been, right? So it's like season 1 Falcon Winter Soldier, so it's like an alternate universe pitch, right? So it's Bucky and Falcon trying to deal with the loss that Steve's gone, like there's no like Avengers out or whatever, and then there's after the blip, and there's suddenly like this power vacuum, and like things are going to shit, and both of them are like, well, we're honouring Steve's memory by stopping these people and trying to right the world, right?
Yeah.
So like, right, cool, like this, and then they're at odds about how Steve would have handled things and how they should handle things, and that kind of fun back and forth. Because if you think Sam only knew Steve as Captain America, whereas Bucky knew him as Steve Rogers more than Captain America, or
weedy
kind of.
Wuss.
Yeah, and you can get some cool conflict between those two characters, right? Set them up. Have the Flag Smasher still be the villain. Cool. Big finale, everyone wins, right? And then the very last thing you see is like at the cookout afterwards,
Yeah.
right? And then you get the news thing where they go, after this attack, we need a new Captain America. And John Walker one's out, series over, and you don't get anything for another year and a half. Could you imagine the outrage?
Why are you pitching this idea? Just sounds like it'd make me angry.
Yeah, and then you get a whole season 2 of John Walker being like the antagonist, a bit like the Punisher was. Like, he's not the bad guy, he's just not the hero.
Yeah, but
then you can have another.
But we don't want to do that again, do we? Do you want it again?
Not now. I'm happy with the one we got. I'm saying Marvel would have clearly done a much better job than I did. I could have done. That sounded very presumptuous.
You don't.
But yeah, like imagine that. Like, so then you build the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then the whole season 2 is. So you've got like the dealing with Steve's loss, season 1. Season 2 is how you go forward in that world when you haven't got Steve.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of like acceptance, moving on, and it's then that they can challenge the thoughts they had in season 1, like maybe we should just let John Walker do it and let the government control it, and then it's like, oh no, he's being really bad, and like they're dropping him into Baghdad and he's shooting up terrorist camps, which may not necessarily be for the terrorists or whatever, and doing all this kind of shady shit.
He would do that, wouldn't he? He would do that.
Yeah, like that kind of whole. Have you ever seen Die Hard?
Have I seen Die Hard?
I just need to double check for the audience.
I have seen Die Hard.
So you know the bit where the FBI agents are on a helicopter and they're like, we'll get him on the roof and we'll just take him out. We lose 10 to 20% of the hostages, fine, whatever. And they're like complacent in losing people.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, you bastards. Like, that should be John Walker being like, I'll get the job done, but some civilian casualties are fine. As long as like there's a means to an end.
But then also, does that not go against the fact that he's the perfect soldier, but he's not the right man for the job? Like, he's got 3 medals of honor. You don't get that by just being okay with getting rid of hostages.
Yeah, but then or maybe
I think that works if it's a more angry, brutal John Walker, in the sense that he just wants to kill the bad guy. He doesn't actually care about anyone, which I think if you had it that way, it loses a lot of its humanity. So when he does finally crack and murder that guy in the street, you would just be like, oh well, yeah, of course, it's John Walker. It's what he does. That's what really hits home, that scene in the last couple episodes ago, whatever it was.
That's true. I feel like I'm just batting back all your ideas. Like, I don't mean to like.
No, I'm batting back your ideas. You're the one pitching them, and I'm just like, well, how about this?
We'll go. Okay, so running off what you were saying, like that you lose that impact.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we were saying before, is like he's a good soldier. I mean, that's what we've been told, or what the government's saying. It's like John Walker, 3 medals of honor. Yeah, he's done 100 successful missions. He doesn't tell you how many collateral was along the way.
Yeah, true.
Until we get the same moment, he's beating the guy up with the shield, and this time it's in public and everyone can see him for who he is.
Yeah.
And then it's instantly like, bang, public opinion's turned. We don't like him, but maybe these flag smashers have a point. We're going to jump with them. Sam and Bucky are now like, well, thank fuck for that, because now we've got to clean up your mess. John Walker's like, no, I can go sway public opinion. His PR guys are like, don't do it. He then flips out of them and goes rogue. And then it is like, oh, everything is gone to shit. We've got a rogue Captain America running around because he needs to like stop the bad guys and show he's good. We've got the bad guys who are going to do whatever, blow up the Statue of Liberty. And then Sam and Bucky are like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? Like,
When you think about it,
I just think that
what you've
just season 2.
What you've just pitched, is that not what this episode was? Sort of.
Yeah, but like John Walker should have been mad.
You got the road Captain America. He's made his own shield. He's using like Meccano to like make his own shield and hammer it together or whatever. You got the flag smashers there, like, we're gonna blow up the thing and kill all the people that want to make a vote or whatever. And then you got Sam and Bucky, like, oh fuck, like we need to fucking sort this out.
Yeah,
and scene.
Yeah. Okay, all right, fine, we got that. But rather than being like 6 episodes, mine would be like 2 seasons, and then you can get.
No, I agree with you. It should. I feel like it could have been drawn out more, and I would have been happy for it to be drawn out more. But I think what they've proven is that they can do complex stories that aren't just, hero and villain. You can have all these extra things, and they proved now with Disney Plus shows that they can, like, not so much with WandaVision because they had a few loose ends that didn't really get resolved. But this one especially, they can they can fill it out to the end, and every story's piece gets a solution.
Again, I fully agree. Like, this series was so good. Like, I'll definitely be rewatching it again.
Oh, 100%. I can't wait to binge it.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like, just go back and just not have to wait a week between episodes.
Although I said that about WandaVision, I haven't binged that yet. So.
Yeah, I think I needed a bit of a palate cleanser from WandaVision, because that was like Do you genuinely say WandaVision, or do you just say WandaVision, but like really quick so you can't actually tell? Because I think I just say WandaVision, like WandaVision.
What? WandaVision. Hold on, what was the other option? WandaVision?
So in your head when you say it, I mean,
Yeah.
you probably are saying WandaVision. When you actually say it, are you saying
No,
WandaVision, or are you saying One Division? But so far it just sounds
WandaVision.
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 Like I put the emphasis on the D, so I go One Division rather than
WandaVision. I think I put the emphasis on the vision, so WandaVision. Oh no, I don't know. Now you got me confused.
Have fun with that, everyone listening.
I'm thinking of WandaVision, One Direction. I don't know.
I did like going back to this episode. I know we're not doing a play-by-play, but I feel like there's so much going on.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to
one world, one
finishing
people.
finishing on John Walker. I do like his turn, like his moment.
Yeah, big time.
However, I think because he grabs it and you see the shield drop, or you see Bucky like, oh shit, he grabs it like there's a big moment.
Yeah,
and then I think does he like slip or it keeps going or something? Oh, don't they come and beat him up?
Oh yeah, they come and try and attack him. Yeah, as he's holding it and he's like trying to beat him off. Well, maybe not beat them off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
and then Sam flies in and starts pushing up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, and again, you need to rewrite around this, and I'm not picking holes. I'm saying, I feel like Sam should have come in first and should have inspired John to make that call, because no one inspires John to do it. And I get that idea is, he learned himself, but we haven't seen why he suddenly goes, yeah, I'm not going to go after Carl, I'm going to help you. Like, there's no moment for me. There was no moment like, well, why did he suddenly be like, yeah, all right, I'll be good.
Okay.
Like,
I feel like I have an answer to this.
Hit me.
So, John Walker, he's never really been a bad guy, has he?
No.
So he took the serum, and obviously it made him a bit angry, and obviously his best friend just got murdered. So he just kills the first guy that is part of this group. Like, he's not totally innocent, the guy that he killed. Like, yeah, he didn't specifically kill Lamar, but he goes a bit. He's angry. He's off his head. He's just been juiced up. But he's never really been a bad guy, has he? So he goes there to get revenge, but then when he sees a group of innocent people, and I think that's what pushes it over the edge of that he isn't a bad guy. Like, we're thinking, he's going to turn into this villain, but he never was really like a horrible guy, was he? He wasn't like a... Yeah, and that's the moment to prove it. If Sam came there and it inspired him, then it's like he's just doing it because Captain America's doing it. Whereas he chooses to do it because he isn't necessarily a bad person. He just got a bit messed up,
Yeah. Okay.
That's his defining sort of thing, and that's it's his redemption in the sense that we now look at him and don't go, "Oh, I hate you." We go, "Actually, maybe you're all right. Yeah, you're still a murderer, but maybe you're okay."
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I think maybe my bigger problem is like there's no clear, like you know when he's on the ground he's getting beaten and he sees the Medal of Honor and then suddenly he gets the strength to come up and fight him.
Yeah.
Like there's no that moment where John you can even mirror that moment. So he stood there looking between. I'm doing this visually. This is unhelpful. It's an audio podcast. Like he's looking at the truck and he can see Carly running, and he's like, and he like leans over and he's like, and you can see him maybe like faltering, and he looks down at his shield, sees the star. So then you think, oh, okay, he's going to use that again to fight like he did last time. But only that this time he realizes that the medal inspires him to grab something like that. I don't know. I just feel like you need like a catalyst to make him make that change.
I think the fact that there isn't like a visual cue to that, it's just showing that like I said, like he is, when it comes down to it, he's not a bad person. So like, because a lot of the time if you make a decision in life, let's again, that's going to sound quite deep. Like, you don't always need something to happen in front of you for you to go, oh, actually, I'll do that. Like, you could be walking down the street and suddenly you change your mind, and you walk the other direction. Like, you don't necessarily need, and I know it's good for storytelling. Yeah. But I think for me, the fact that you see the car get grabbed, and then it turns out it's him, kind of thing. Like, I just think, like, for all we know, like when we were looking at Bucky, I don't think it necessarily needed to be shown.
Yeah, no,
it's all subjective, isn't it?
That's what I mean. I think it was only because he's up there, and it's like, well, clearly he's going to grab the truck because they can't have these people clearly can't die. And it just, I don't know. It just felt like because the first thing he says when he gets on the scene is he yells Carly's name, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he's angry. Yeah, he wants to kill her.
Yeah, and he just goes ham on like all the other guys while
Yeah.
Bucky is saving the people from the truck.
Yeah.
Like, you know. And then Bucky gets his thank you, and it's like that nice. Oh, Bucky's finally being thanked for that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, even if he looked up and saw that, and then carried on getting beaten, and then did it, it's like, okay, fine. At least there's something that we know made John click and go, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing here. You know, if I'm carrying the shield, I need to, or if I'm being me, I need to do the thing that makes me earn this name.
I guess I just like the thought that he chooses it off his own whim. Like he doesn't need to see like, you know, Sam or Steve or someone up there as like a influence on him. Like it's just his snap decision. Like it just proves that he, you know, he is a good guy really, even if he is a murderer. But then so is Captain America. So everyone's a murderer in this universe. Yeah.
Speaking of Captain America, we kind of glossed over one of the main points of this episode.
We'll get to it.
We're half an hour in and we're just covering.
Well, just going off at let's push Captain America back a little bit more. When you're saying how, you know, Bucky gets his thank you and all that, because I feel like Bucky didn't get massive play in this episode. He did, but like not so much. And I think obviously he's had some bigger episodes previously. But it's when he first shows up on the scene and like one of the army dudes or whatever is just like, oh, Sergeant Barnes. It's like, so he no longer is just seen as like, oh, he's a scary Winter Soldier guy. Like he's just seen as, he's just Bucky Barnes and he's Sergeant Barnes. The same way they called Captain Steve Rogers. They're like, do you know what I mean? And I thought, like, you know, in Far From Home, where they show like on the news, they're like, the band of heroes like saved us from the whatever, and it's got when like Winter Soldier's in that picture. And they show like all the different heroes. It's in Far From Home, and it's on, you know, when they do like the school news thing.
Oh, the school news. Oh, okay.
They're like, brave band of heroes like fought Thanos and brought us back, or whatever it is they say. And I always thought it was weird that Winter Soldier was there. I was like, do they all know who he is? But clearly, even if it is just like the army or the police, whoever it is, clearly they all know him as Sergeant Barnes. I just thought that was like quite a nice ending, like quite a nice place to leave him.
Yeah,
like, he's no longer just seen as this scary assassin. Like people know him as, you know, well, Sergeant Barnes.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. Like, I feel like Bucky's arc for this season should have been outgrowing the Winter Soldier and leaving that behind. Like, I feel like that's where they were setting him up, because he kept having the nightmares and the guy's dad and all that. It was like, right, okay, yeah, you're not responsible for the Winter Soldier's, like, for the Winter Soldier. Like, you need to let that go. You earned your freedom now.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was. I think that was perfectly on track until at the end, where they changed the credits and he's still the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
he should have been. It should have been Captain America and Bucky, or Bucky Barnes, or
White Wolf, maybe. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on that name, but like, yeah, that would have made more sense, because it's like Sam's now had his arc and Bucky's still the Winter Soldier. Like, it's a cooler name. Don't get me wrong. I think it's that's definitely the best name. But is he still it? Is it maybe that, because, you know, obviously he goes to the old man at the end and he tells him about his son, and what I liked is that they don't make up. It's not like he's like, oh, I forgive you. Like, he tells him and then he leaves, because it's like Sam says, like, you're doing it for yourself, but you need to.
We assume, because they didn't show us that scene for some reason. Like,
he walks past the place, doesn't he? And he sees the girl and the man.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, is he going to go in and sit with them? But he's like, no, he just looks at them and he's just like, right, well, I'm not going to go in there, because clearly they're not they're not friends anymore. But it's like what Sam said in the last episode, like, you can't really like just do it for yourself. If you really want to get over it, you have to then, you know,
help people,
let the other people have the closure, and not just do it to make yourself feel better. So I think that his arc did end well in that sense.
Yeah.
So maybe he is still the Winter Soldier, because he's accepting all the things that he's done, and he's like taking responsibility. So he can still be the Winter Soldier, but just no longer do the bad things. Maybe. I don't know what they're going for.
Yeah. One thing I really love with Bucky's arc, is quite minor, is in episode 1. Yeah, he's wearing the gloves indoors, and bad circulation. And then by the end of it in the cookout, he's like, whatever.
Yeah, he's got his whole arm out, and they're hanging off it, you know.
Oh, that moment with Bucky at the end. Oh, I know we're jumping all over the place, but what a mood that is. My entire Twitter feed was just full of everyone being like, Bucky's that gay rich uncle. Like, I was like, I want to be a gay rich uncle, but straight. Like,
he's Uncle Buck.
He is, and it's like, I just love it so much. Like, because you know, he says bye to Sam, whatever, and he goes off, doesn't he, at the end of the battle. Yeah. And then we cut to this Louisiana cookout, and it's is that after the eyes open? I don't know, whatever. He
Yeah.
goes to this, cookout, and it's like, oh yeah, that's fun. Da, da, da. And then he comes in with the cake and he's fighting with the
Yeah.
kids, and you think, like, oh yes, fucking yes.
That's like the only time we've seen him like truly,
Smile.
yeah, like happy and laughing and joking around. And I like that
Mm.
they've made him and Sam have that friendship.
Yeah, like at the end of the last episode,
Yeah.
we said like, they didn't just build a ship; they built a
They
friendship.
built a friendship.
Yeah, and that's going back to what I was saying earlier. I think that's what I feel was missing.
Yeah.
By the end of the last episode, we were like, right, they're friends, they're a team, bang,
Yeah.
finale. Well, hang on, but I want to see them.
Yeah. I think it's like we said, I think we said last week as well. It's like, imagine this is a movie and it's like
Yeah.
the first Avengers movie because they spend most of the film not being a team. And then like bang, something happens and then they're a team right for the for the finale. So I guess it's like that, which makes me think that this probably could have been a movie, 2.5 hour movie maybe. But then it would have been even less fleshed out. So I'm glad it was a TV show.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back in my mind what each episode was. The first one was like the thing with the bank and the setting everything up there.
The bank.
Second one.
Oh yeah.
When Falcon goes, yeah, I don't know why that's the only scene I remember. But
So the second one's where John Walker first turns up and they have the fight on the top
track.
of the thingy. Yeah.
Yeah. Third one Magic Report.
Yeah, because that's where they break out Zemo. Because Zemo is
Break out
revealed at the
Zemo.
end of episode 2.
Yeah.
Then
you go to
episode
Magic Report.
4 was
is after the big explosion, and it's the one where Deputy Bear Walker goes mental at the end. They're in Lithuania.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's that one. Episode 4, then episode 5 is
They fight John Walker at the beginning, and then not the cookout, but like they're on the boat building the friendship,
building the friendship, and then
and then the finale.
So really, I'm thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think there's any bits I would cut out. I'd probably cut down Magic Report, but I do like when series have a whole episode that's like.
Yeah,
if this is the status quo, it's up here.
It's the holiday episode.
Yeah, exactly. It's like over there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
A bit like WandaVision, how like episode 4 was like
when it was outside with like
whole real
Darcy
world, and that's it. It's like, oh, okay, like, all right, this is So
I think it works. I think it works.
I just want episode like 5.5. Just give me like Bucky and Sam, like.
Yeah, or again, just season 2 with them as partners.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure. Have you heard the rumor that there is now going to be a Captain America 4 movie?
Yeah, which is going to be weird. So does that?
Are they going to call it Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
Well, this is
that doesn't make sense.
And makes
so
everything.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and then now you've got Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier. Oh.
So how are we going to differentiate between the two?
The and is the key.
So unless the movie is going to be called Captain America and the Winter Soldier and the bloody blah, or
and the US agent.
Captain America and the White Wolf: Civil War Part 2.
The Return of the Revenge. Have you seen Nando? You've seen Nando V movies, haven't you?
I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen his pitch for Ant-Man 3?
Is it Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Ant-Man?
The Ant-Man.
Yeah, the irredeemable Ant-Man. Yeah, I've seen that.
I love. That's such a clever title.
That's something that's too good for Marvel. They wouldn't. There's too meta for them. I don't think they would do that in a title.
I don't know.
I mean, we know the title of Ant-Man 3 now anyway, but yeah.
Do we?
Yeah, it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Oh, that's right.
Because they have to put quantum on everything.
Yeah. But then I suppose Thor. You got Love and Thunder, like.
Yeah.
That's a pretty out there thing. I don't know, but yeah, probably so. If they're not doing the third Ant-Man, they've got to. If Mr. Feige needs them to do something, then I guess they've got to stick to a story. But anyway, speaking of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Captain America's in this, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
our boy in blue.
He was in it.
God.
He was in it. Well, he got shown off a lot earlier than I thought. It's literally like a few minutes in.
Yeah, I like how he's shown flying in as Falcon. You know what I mean?
Like, doing air quotes, Falcon.
Air quotes. Yeah, I keep forgetting people can't see me.
Yeah.
And then when he busts in, and it's like, and there is that hero moment of the and he gets the shield.
How good is that suit?
Oh, it's so good.
It's so much better than I thought they could make it.
Yeah, and I
didn't think it was possible.
I was thinking, what does Falcon wear in the Winter Soldier when he first shows up? And I'm like, it's grey and green, and I'm like, huh? Like, how far has Sam Wilson come? Like, from
he went from wearing a backpack and like cargo trousers
Yeah,
To be fair, his Civil War suit I'm a big fan of because it's like armored and like
a bit of red.
yeah,
Yeah.
a bit of red and it's like tactical kind of thing. And then
Mm.
the other one in this at the beginning obviously is a lot more comic accurate. But
It's not the
then
same as his Winter Soldier one, as his Civil War one. Is that not his
no,
outfit?
the one at the start of this, he's wearing like it's like a red and white kind of leathery kind of outfit, isn't it, with red wings?
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just going to Google it. MCU Falcon costumes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing
okay,
is,
yeah,
we
yeah.
actually we didn't see it too much during the series, to be honest.
No, and
Which is a bit of a shame. But I mean, he's got his Captain America suit now, so we'll never be seeing that.
you know what's
suit
funny?
again.
If you type in MCU Falcon costumes,
Yeah.
Captain America does not come up. Oh, there he is. Okay, you got like scrolling the whole page.
That one shot of him in the air and he's throwing the shield. You know the one I'm talking about. This all over Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like it mirrors the one of Steve from the first Avenger where he's like throwing the shield like that and there's the fire explosion behind him. Goosebumps. Duck,
You know what's
goosebumps.
nice is if you type in Captain America, like half of it is Sam Wilson.
That's right, my boy. My boy.
And I'm glad everyone jumped on calling him Captain America straight away. Like I know they make a point of it where they're like, "Oh, it's the Black Falcon." It's like, no, it's Captain America.
Captain America, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad.
Well, he says it himself, doesn't it? Like he breaks into the building, and they're like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Captain America." And he's like, "But Captain America's on the moon."
Yeah.
But it's like even hearing him say it, like even for me, even though because I knew it was coming, but even for me, at first you're a little bit like, "Huh, yeah, you are Captain America," but it's still weird to say it because we've known Steve for so long. That just goes to show that in universe, it's probably even harder.
Yeah, I don't know what it is like. Maybe because it was his first out, but hearing Sam Wilson say "I'm Captain America" was a bit like, okay,
It's
like,
strange, isn't it? But
when Steve Rogers says it in the first Avengers, and like he's in the POW camp, and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
Captain America." Like, yeah, all right. Like, I don't know, but maybe because we know him as the Falcon. So
yeah, I think that's what it is. The only thing about his suit, I love it, but I was so shocked about how much white is on the suit. And it's like a bright white.
Yeah. Do you know what also really got me? And
What?
it's my sister who pointed this out to me because she knew I'd notice it. His ears.
His ears are sticking out.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
cover them up, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, 'cause-
it would-
We've seen what previous Captain America suits look like when the ears are covered up, and it is universally accepted that is the worst suit.
yeah, but that's because he had like a whole helmet, didn't he? Whereas this one's like open.
Yeah, but he is a whole helmet apart from his face bit here and the top of his head, but the rest of it, like it's all down.
Yeah,
his back,
that's what
all
I mean.
over his
Yeah, but
thighs.
like,
But I just feel like if you cover him up, like I don't know. I think it would look even weirder. He'd look like, I don't know.
I
think maybe either cover them up or get rid of maybe the neck bit, maybe.
no, I don't know. I'm looking at a sideways picture of him.
Or at least make the ear holes a bit bigger
Yeah,
because they're literally just around his ears.
I don't know, but it did keep drawing my attention when I saw it. And I was like,
It is very
But no.
comic accurate though, isn't it?
But
Like, on point.
I think it may be the best costume in the MCU.
I'd say so. These I'll say season 4. These phase 4 costumes so far have been the best to date. Like Wanda's Scarlet Witch costume,
Yeah,
Falcon. Like there's the pictures of Loki from the trailer look really good, and the Shang-Chi trailer just dropped, and you see his costume. Like this somehow, like maybe they've just hired new costume designers or something because it's like they're taking the comic suits and just somehow making them look good in live action whilst keeping them pretty much the same.
yeah.
It's like why can they do this now and they haven't been able to do it in the past?
But this is weird because like they've never had a problem with costumes before. I mean, like the only one they never really did was Hawkeye, which is understandable.
Yeah, because why would he have a big pointy ears on his face, like like the big eye things? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So, but all the other ones have been near enough comic accurate, haven't they?
Yeah, but it's like they took the comic stuff and they made it like modern and tactical kind of thing, like with Captain America.
Yeah.
Whereas like now, maybe it's just because we're more accustomed to flashy costumes and that. Maybe we're more accepting. Maybe if we saw this Captain America suit 10 years ago, we'd be a bit like, oh, it's a bit goofy.
Bit garish, yeah.
Because it's pretty out there, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's so good, and he can like shoot the shield off, and like, and I'm glad he wasn't like perfect. Like he still got his ass beat in times and like knocked out of the air and stuff. Like the bit where he flies out the water and he's like, all right, you've earned this ass whooping. It's like,
Mate, I think my favourite bit is where the helicopter's coming down on top of him and he uses the wings and with the shield on top, like capping it off, and it just boink, just bounces off him. Because of course it would, because they've got to be vibranium wings, right?
Well, yeah, they came from Wakanda.
So I did think, does that make the shield a bit redundant? But
yeah, but I suppose the shield is a symbol, isn't it? It's
yeah.
I mean, you could even go into the ethos of Captain America as a whole. Like his weapon is a shield, which is like isn't an attack.
Yeah,
I mean, he does use
like
it, but
it's like he's there to protect. Protect.
That's
and
the whole
serve.
thing. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
I guess
it makes sense. I do think they've shown more and more as the more things Falcon's been in, the more abilities that he has at his disposal when it comes to his wings.
Yeah,
like he's not just flying; he's essentially Iron Man and Captain America in one.
Yeah, and he can it's like the fight with John Walker last week where he uses the wing to like trip him up and stuff.
Yeah, and obviously he's got 2 red wings now by the looks of things, but he can use that as like AI to go and look at the guys in the helicopter and see who's flight trained and all that. Like he do all that shit. Like so, he's not just Steve 2.0 that has wings. He has all his own tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah,
like he has his own merit.
I think it was Sunday Movies? I think so. But yeah, and he said like, I don't know, someone on YouTube, and they were saying like, "Oh, I'm surprised he didn't take the super soldier serum." I thought that could I thought that could have been a fun, like.
Yeah, I mean, there's a point where I was like, well, he kind of needs
that
it.
moment, and like a bit like John Walker, you can almost mirror the two, and it's like they both have a moment where they find a bit, and they're like, "Oh, shall I?" And then it's like, "Oh," and you can leave it ambiguous. Did either of them take it? And then Sam didn't, John did, whatever.
Yeah.
But then at the end, when he gives his speech, which we have to talk about, and he says there, he's like, "I'm here, like, no super soldier serum,
no blonde hair, blue eyes.
I am me."
He's like, the only superpower I have is that I believe we can make a... No, what does he say? Make a change? Or make a difference? Or something along those lines.
Something like that.
That speech, though, I was absolutely glued to the screen. Like, I think I was getting, like, goosebumps. A little bit.
Just try to Google it. Okay, if you type in the only superpower I know I have is knowing we can. Like the first 6 images are all just American flags, which is a bit weird. But that's for the speech at the end. I mean, like,
it's good, isn't it?
As a straight white guy, I'm. Not that it wasn't for me, but I understand it means something else to people. But it was amazing. Like,
yeah, it was really good. I think it's just the way he's like, where's he? Oh, he's like, you need to do better, Senator. I'm like, yeah, you do. You do need to do better. Like, just fucking stop fucking around.
Yeah, like, here it is.
He sort of mirrors, in a way, to me, it mirrored T'Challa and Killmonger's sort of dynamic from Black Panther. You know how T'Challa wanted to do... No, sorry, I say Power Broker. The fuck is his name? I just said it. Killmonger. Killmonger wanted to do things and, like, be better for the other, like, sort of communities out in the world, but he had, like, the wrong means. But then T'Challa defeated him, but he still shared, that kind of goal. He just wanted to do it differently, like peacefully, kind of thing. It was like that in a way, like, because he even says, he said to Carly that he sort of agrees with her fight. He just doesn't agree with the way she's fighting it. And I think that's what that makes him a good Captain America, is that he doesn't just defeat her and go home and be like, yeah, I'm the hero. He just,
and that's it. And the idea of Sam Wilson, a black man, is now Captain America. Like, he knows what it takes to make America
great again.
No, hang on.
I think that
scrubbed out from the record.
That's taken. But I don't think we can have that one.
The idea that before Steve was, I mean, the blonde hair, blue eyes was clearly like the Aryan idea, wasn't it? And then they used that to say no, like that's not. They kind of spun it on its head. I was going to say it's not true, but then it's kind of hypocritical to be like, blonde hair, blue eyes aren't great, but here's our super soldier with blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, But then to have Sam Wilson, I think that's, again, just as powerful message to have him stood there with his hands up being like, I know the struggles,
I
And
mean, he even says that he's like, he doesn't know how to fix everything. Like, he's
mm,
not there saying like, "Oh, this is what you got to do." He's just saying that you have the power to do better, and you need to start doing that. And he's
so
right.
I'm just watching his speech again. So,
Bum 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 bum
no blonde hair,
bum
no blue
bum
eyes.
bum bum bum.
Oh, they cut it. Oh, what the hell? All right, never mind then.
Yeah.
But yeah, his speech at the end, and and then it cuts to like Isaiah watching, and it's like
That was good.
you can almost feel the pride coming off of him when he sees
Yeah.
Sam there, and like I feel like he doesn't want to admit it, but
Well, no, yeah, because I think it's something I didn't think they were going to do. Is like when Isaiah Bradley, like, had that whole speech to Sam, and then I thought, oh, well, Sam can't do it now because like, how's that's just going to be bad towards Isaiah. But he did it in a way that he's saying like, no, like, how do I word this?
If he doesn't do it, everything Isaiah went through is for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I know that is an argument from a lot of people of color and all sorts, especially across America. Like, oh, let's fight back violently. Do what they did to us. And it's like, yeah, but if you do that, then everything else people have done before you is now it's in vain. What was the point of things like that? Again, I'm the last person to be a spokesman on civil rights.
Yeah. This isn't really it.
But it is, I do like that. I mean, can you imagine 10 years ago saying, yeah, Captain America is going to give a speech on a Disney Channel network, Disney Network, about fighting racism, and people are going to love it. There's going to be like very few outcries of hate towards it, which
Twitter's going to go crazy. I haven't seen any hate towards it.
I haven't seen anyone hate it.
Yeah.
Which is
I've seen some people that say like, "Oh, Bucky should have been Captain America," but some people are slow, so we just have to give them their time. They'll come around. They just take a little bit longer than most people. There's a million reasons
I love
why
Bucky so much.
Sam is Captain America. I love them both, but as who they're meant to be.
Yeah, exactly. And again, everyone is jumping on calling him Captain. Straight away. What
I also have loved is that like I haven't loved the fact that up until this point, up until this episode, Sam and Anthony Mackie, Sam wasn't getting that much love on Twitter. It was always like, oh, Baron Zemo or Bucky, oh, like what the hell is his name, John Walker, like. But obviously after this episode, like Twitter's just blown up with Falcon, Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie shit, like, and I feel like it's so deserved.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, beforehand, I think that suffers from like just main characterism. I mean, you watch, I don't know, Harry Potter. You ask anyone who their favourite Harry Potter character is, very few people will ever say Harry.
Yeah, but then you look at like Iron Man.
Yeah,
he's always been like top of the ladder, isn't he? Like, I think it's obviously very case specific. But I just feel like Bucky's got like so much love throughout the series, like mostly from like Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. But it's nice to see Anthony Mackie finally like getting his dues,
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about that. So I want to see more now. I want to see it again.
Sure. Do you reckon? Because like Marvel have a thing about changing suits every movie kind of thing. Do you think it will be identical next time we see him?
I think there might be a few improvements to it.
Yeah, because I suppose now that they've got all this feedback, they can tweak little bits, stuff like that.
Cover up his ears and stuff.
I'm looking at him right now, and I'm like, how would you even go about covering up his ears? Like, what? Just putting circles there?
Yeah, just like little white foam pads, same they did in the first Captain America. I
suppose you could do it like Daredevil, like the Daredevil suit.
Yeah, he doesn't have ears.
Yeah, but that's because he needs to have. Well, he has like basically just like a mesh over his ears, doesn't he? Like a felt kind of mesh.
I saw a thing online.
The only Captain America suits that cover the ears is the obviously the 2012 one, and then when he wears his World War II suit at the end of Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
that has the ears covered for some reason.
Yeah, see, I think the problem with the Avengers one is not so much the ears are covered; it's because it is like the weird like neck thing as well. But
also, but he looks like this. He looks like a Teletubby kind of thing because he's got these two like round things on the side of his head that like stick out like domes. He looks like he looks like a bird, which I guess wouldn't work for a Falcon in a way.
Yeah, isn't it? God, that stealth suit on Steve Rogers is amazing. Like that is the best one, I think.
I think personally, my favorite is Age of Ultron, just because it's got the most red, white, and blue on it, but also it's essentially the Civil War one, but bright colors.
Yeah.
And it's got the white on the arms, which I like, which is because it's the most Captain America. He doesn't necessarily look the most badass or whatever, but I think it's the most Captain America thing, apart from maybe the one in Endgame.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I look at the first Avengers one, and I'm like, oh, it was so close. It was like, it was this close.
Yeah, the
and then they just
body's
fucked up.
fine. I think the body's fine for what it is.
Yeah.
Especially the way they say it in the film, you know how like maybe we just need a little bit of old fashioned kind of,
A symbol,
you know,
yeah.
yeah. But I think it's that weird hood. Like if he had one of the modern helmets with that suit, I think it would be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Oh, I want to see Sam Wilson's Falcon so much more now.
Yeah.
Well, not Falcon, Captain America. Sorry.
As it says at the end, you know, we said earlier, it changes from Falcon and Winter Soldier to Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and it like caught me off guard because I didn't think they were actually going to do that. But it just shows that he is literally Captain America now, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Yeah, suck it up. Yeah.
A couple of things we haven't mentioned.
Yeah.
Obviously, Batroc is back, and he's Batroc's back. Troc. He goes toe to toe with Sam, doesn't he?
Yeah.
A bit better than he did against Captain America, although he still did hold his own. No, sorry, against Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
He did still hold his own until Natasha...
I'm surprised. I feel like a lesser written MCU film, or probably would have had the whole like, I'm here to kill the Falcon. He's like, I'm Captain America, man. Like Falcon's not here, and like I'm glad they didn't. But
is Captain America a little bit like racist or something in that moment? Because he says like he says something to him, and he says like a baguette, some French fries, and I'm like, is that?
He just says something
allowed?
like that.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
But then he replies to him like, the robes don't make the monk or whatever. That's a powerful line, but I mean, in this case, the robes didn't make the monk. He is Captain America, and he just happens to be wearing a suit now.
Yeah, that's it, really.
Yeah, he did kick. He kicked a chair at him, though, didn't he? That was quite funny.
That was funny, yeah, because I don't think you actually see him.
He kicks it.
He throws the shield, and he's just like, yep.
But he like when he kicks the chair, he just does like a straight leg kick, just like doo, doo. And then, like somehow the chair stops the momentum of a vibranium shield. That was
that shield should just
gone through it, surely.
Cleave through it, yeah. There's a really cool artwork here that I think they could play with. It's John Walker, US agent, like body slamming Sam Wilson's Captain America.
From the comic?
Yeah, and let's see if I can send it in the chat. No, okay, here. Send you a link.
I think before this episode's up, there's a few more things we have to touch on.
I'm getting so sidetracked.
No, I'm just saying, I wanted to... Obviously, we got Power Broker, we got John Walker, as in his ending, and...
Isaiah.
Isaiah, yeah, we should probably touch more. Oh, yeah, I've seen this picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm coming down.
Power Broker.
Oh, just quickly, I was just looking at this Falcon suit, like even in this artwork, like it's identical,
yeah,
isn't it?
It is. That's what's weird. Like,
and let's just talk about it now. The US agent suit is also identical.
Yeah.
I love the fact that so obviously people have seen, if they listen to this, they've seen it. So you've seen John Walker come out in his black suit, and I just love the fact that he goes, "It's the same but black." The fact that he pointed it out, and she's like, "Well, yeah." Why wouldn't it be?
Well, it doesn't have the star on the head, does it? I'm looking at a picture now.
It doesn't have it on the chest either, does it? Is it just the stripes, isn't it?
It's there because it was like kind of like an A in the shape of the star. Which, by the way, is a fantastic logo. I'm kind of gutted they didn't use that for the main Captain America. But yeah, it's just kind of like faded out. It's like a mute. Very dark grey.
Looks good though.
Yeah. Oh. That's such a good costume.
And John,
I'm excited to see what they do with him in the future.
Oh, for sure. It's got to be Thunderbolts, surely.
Yeah. Remind me who the Thunderbolts are again? Because I always get them confused with the Dark Avengers.
So the Thunderbolts are like the lesser team that they're not like mirroring the Avengers. It's more like... So I think generally... I'm not the expert on this, but I think it's like led by Thunderbolt Ross, General Ross.
Yeah.
And it's characters like US Agent, like the Punisher, like Daredevil, I think. Not Daredevil, fucking Deadpool. Like people that are... essentially willing to do, or are going to do the more, probably down and dirty like let's go murder some people kind of thing. They're like that sort of team. They're like the Jason Todd of Marvel teams.
Well, there's a picture here, and it's Crossbones, Zemo, Red Hulk, Bullseye.
Yeah, which Red Hulk is General Ross, isn't it?
There's one here with the Winter Soldier at the front.
It's basically villains and anti-heroes that are willing to, work and kill people for, I guess, for the greater good. I don't know.
Yeah, this is a weird lineup. You've got Punisher, Sue Storm, I'm guessing US Agent, maybe Captain America, Spider-Man, and I want to say Blue Marvel.
Sue Storm?
Looks like Sue Storm.
That
she has got a 4 thing on. Maybe it's a plastique or something.
I like the idea.
DC.
My personal thing for a Thunderbolts team would be US Agent, Zemo, Abomination, Justin Hammer.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And if I had to pick a fifth, who would it be? Tell you what, I haven't seen Black Widow yet, but put her sister on the team.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Although I think maybe I'd prefer it if it was more street level people. So maybe get rid of Abomination. Maybe throw a Punisher in there and maybe
Luke Cage's mad guy, Diamondback.
Yeah, you can do Diamondback if he gets rid of his stupid costume.
There's all sorts. I mean, the one recurring one is Zemo. By the looks of things.
Yeah, I mean, he could be he can fund it. He could be the tactician kind of thing. There's a spot for him on that team. Plus, give him his sword, you cowards.
Yes.
Let him put the pink mask back on and give him his sword.
What was the point of him putting the purple mask on in the first place? Because
fan service. It's got to be, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Other than that, he did nothing. It wasn't.
I thought he was going to wear it for the rest of the episode, but he doesn't.
No, he literally takes it, whips it off.
I mean, I'm glad we saw it because it just proves that they can do it and it works and it looks good. So.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with John Walker in the future. I said it earlier. I'm more than happy with how they wrapped up his story. I think how we got there could have been improved. But, I think it's because he got over LeVar's death so quickly. Sorry. Called out Carly. He's like, what, Carly? Okay,
he probably didn't get over it. He probably he let go of his rage a little bit. I think that's probably what it was. He's probably still sad about it. He's probably a sad boy. Now he's wearing all black, so he's a little emo boy.
Little emo.
He does look. He seems very excited and very happy to be going off and doing some probably dirty, dodgy deals. Yeah, dodgy missions. Madam Hydra, whatever her name is.
Speaking of madams, we've got what's her name? Power Brokers.
Yeah.
What's so? I mean, who didn't see this coming?
So what I don't understand is that when they reveal it, she's the power broker, I was like, how is that a reveal when at the end of the last episode we literally heard her talking, getting Batroc involved, telling them she broke him out of prison and all that shit. So how is it a reveal? It's not. Surely everyone knew.
Unless she says the power broker wanted you out or something like that. She talks about the power broker in the third person, but
I don't know.
It just feels weird for her character. Again, we saw it coming, but it feels weird for her character to now be a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, the thing is she necessarily a bad guy? I mean, she does straight up murder that guy with some fucking mustard gas, whatever the hell that was.
Also, so she's the one who shot the woman. The woman. Madripoor.
It must be, yeah, because then she shows up right afterwards. So
yeah,
it must be her.
So she obviously didn't want her. What's it called? Identity being spoiled.
Yeah. I'm guessing she's going to be more, not necessarily a villain, but maybe an antagonist, and maybe somewhat of an anti-hero, maybe.
Yeah, people have to keep going to her, and they really don't want it. Oh fuck, she knows so much. Fine, she's coming back for more. Are you? I'll tell you the information, but on this episode of Hawkeye, you have to go do this for me. It's all right.
As much as it's would her character really do that? I just like the fact that they're actually doing something with her character, and she's not just a boring agent. Because secret agent / head of a criminal organization, double life Hannah Montana style, is a lot more interesting than I'm a secret agent. I have a gun.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, because she was in the CIA, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was SHIELD, and then she went CIA, or was it FBI, or what? One of those letters.
Which is kind of cool, because then it's almost like if they kept her there, you could have had someone on the inside working with the government. almost like she does in Civil War. Like, okay, here's this document you really shouldn't have.
Well, that's because they give her a job back at the end, didn't they?
Yeah,
so she's now in there. She's now in the CIA, but is also the power broker.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do with her as well. Like,
yeah,
like you said, everyone was set up so perfectly in this. Wait, unlike WandaVision, where I'm like, oh great, I've got to wait for Doctor Strange 2 to find out what this means. Or I've got to wait for Captain Marvel 2. It's like, this is like, I don't care. I'm happy waiting.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And I really do hope they do that Captain America movie, like a fourth one.
Do you think it'll be all the same characters from the series, or do you think it'll be kind of like separate?
I have a feeling Captain America will be in it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. True.
No, I don't know. Put John Walker in the Thunderbolts. Put Sharon Carter as the villain of the Thunderbolts.
Maybe they'll call it Captain America and the Thunderbolts.
Ooh, I wouldn't be mad at that. But then I feel like I'd want to have a movie, Suicide Squad-esque, where it's like focused on the villains but done well.
Yeah. Well, maybe if James Gunn's Suicide Squad's good, they're gonna like jump on that.
Yeah.
Who else have we got to cover?
Isaiah Bradley. Yeah, Isaiah Thomas.
Again, perfectly done. I like.
Yeah. Brilliant.
A shame we didn't get the flashback, but then also I kind of feel kind of glad we didn't, because that character isn't one we're supposed to like. Wow, isn't he cool? It's like, oh, he was fucked. Like,
because maybe it sort of like goes along with the fact that he's been forgotten. And it's like we don't even get to see it. That's how like forgotten he is.
Yeah, and I think like if you saw that, then you'd be like rooting for him. Like, yeah, he was a cool hero. Yeah, and it's like, no, don't think of him like that.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even want to like. When Sam takes him to the museum, I thought he was going to turn around the corner and there was a thing of him in like a Captain America suit or something. Like, and then I realized, hold on a minute, that's the last thing he would have wanted. Like, he hates all that. He hated all that shit. Like, yeah, he's happy for Sam, but I can't imagine he's going to want to be reminded of, that sort of thing.
I just think like, because it was like, oh, he was given falsified death certificates and he was like off the grid. Like, I can imagine being like, thanks, now the banks are going to come after me. Like, I haven't paid a dime in tax for like the last 70 years. Like, cheers for that.
He's out of
America. But,
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think the chances that Isaiah's grandson is going to be Patriot?
Maybe. I feel
considering how many young Avengers they've already set up.
Have they already set up that?
Wow. So you got Wiccan and Speed.
Yeah.
And in the Falcon series, we've got Haley Steinfeld, or whatever her name is, as Kate Bishop.
Do you mean
Hawkeye, yeah. Too many birds. Birds on the brain. Bird brain.
Not enough stones.
Yeah. So we got Kate Bishop, we got Wiccan, we got Speed. This guy, I can't remember his name, is Patriot, who is a young Avenger. We've got what else is coming out?
She's got Ant-Man's daughter.
They're bringing in, she becomes Stature, I think her name is. And then you've got Riri Williams. They're bringing in Ironheart.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
So I mean, they might not, but I mean, it seems to be heading that. Like, when they don't usually bring in a lot of kids in these movies, so maybe it is for a reason.
I think that'd be cool making his grandson like. It doesn't even have to be the leader, but Patriot. I mean, if you make him the leader, it'd be cool. But yeah, that kind of like, hey, my granddaddy hated all this. Like, if we're doing this, we're doing it my way, and like, he wants to. And the other's like, no, we got to live up to our parents' legacy and be good. He's like, nah, that's.
I just wonder if maybe he's inherited some super soldier genes or something, because is it
maybe that's why he looks after him, because he's
maybe
control him.
Does it it doesn't alter your DNA as far as we know, but maybe it does.
Yeah.
Because
if he's his grandson, that means there's a mum or dad playing around as well.
Yeah, I mean, Steve never had any kids. That's what that we've seen. So we don't know if that passes on. Red Skull, I'm guessing, never had any kids. Bucky's never had any kids. Super soldiers don't have kids.
Yeah.
So maybe it does. Maybe they can pass on.
You can get jacked to look amazing, but you become unfuckable. Maybe it makes you sterile. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, yeah.
I did think when we got to the museum as well, like after he sees the statue, we're going to like pan round and there's old man Steve Rogers like, hey.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see him like at all.
I do think it would have subtracted from the overall message.
No, yeah,
like,
for sure.
The Captain America thing.
But I just thought I just assumed it was a sure thing. Especially considering how good friends Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie and Chris Evans are. He must have felt so left out.
While he's in his mansion crying into his millions of dollars. For that gif of Woody Harrelson just mopping his eye with it. Yeah, no,
Yeah. I think it was good they didn't.
Again, maybe
yeah.
that's a season 2.
Yeah,
Season
even
2
like an
thing.
end credit scene, like I thought maybe, but then again, we still don't know if he's dead or not.
Well, that's it. I think they're leaving it vague so they can do something
Yeah,
interesting down the line.
I know they would never do it, but it's like they figured out how to de-age someone, right? We saw it in Endgame.
Yeah,
They could do it. They could de-age him. They do what
they
they did
don't
to
have
Scott.
to. Chris Evans is still like 30.
No. I mean, in universe, they turned Scott into a
Oh,
baby.
right. I thought you were like, oh, they can make him younger
not
so he can still do stuff.
no,
Like,
not digital
yeah,
de-age.
he's young.
Wait, yeah, because I thought Chris Evans actually aged up for that film.
There's a thing on Reddit where people it's like, why is there a picture of Joe Biden going around saying, no, I don't think I will? Yeah, I think again that's a season 2 kind of.
Why is that video of Captain America falling up the stairs of Air Force One?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there might be a moment like a bit like Spider-Man 2, the Raimi ones, where Sam has like an identity crisis. He's like, I'm Captain America, no, I can't do this, and then we get Steve to like give him one last pep talk.
Yeah, I mean, like, yes, I think you will.
Because surely old man Steve still has his strength and stuff. So imagine a 90-year-old being able to like lift a car.
Ooh.
Like, hey.
Could Steve just pick up a car?
Wow.
It's kind of undefined. It's undefined what his limits are.
I think he could. I mean, he wouldn't be able to carry one, but he could lift one up. Like,
Yeah, he does kick one, doesn't he? Like, he boots it like at someone in the start of Civil War. He just like gives it a go, ooh, and it like just into a guy. And he does hold down a helicopter. Exactly. So, but maybe his pull strength is stronger than his push strength. I don't know.
I love that shot. As in, again, to my sister, like, where he grabs the helicopter and he pulls it.
And he's like,
if Sam tried doing that now, he'd just end up getting carried away with it.
I mean, unless he uses his rocket booster.
Well, that's true, yeah. Or then he's a pilot, so he could just easily
just get it. He did hold up a car, which I thought is really good, and like it was a really inspiring moment, a powerful moment, and he's using his little red wings to help him and all that. And I'm like, if Iron Man was there, he'd probably just pick it up. I mean, there's a bit in Age of Ultron where a car falls off a flying city and Thor just throws it. Oh no, he throws the people back up.
He throws people, don't he? Yeah.
Yeah. But then Captain America held one from falling off, didn't he?
And then managed to like one arm jump
up. Yeah. That
it
always seems so sketchy to me. I'm like, how did you know that was going to work? And also, if that didn't work, you and that lady are dead.
It's Captain America. He can deal with it.
What's he going to do? Fall on his shield? What about her? Her inside's going to be mush.
All right. Is there any other notes to go through?
That's all I've got. I think the end credits is
Sharon Carter. I just love the cookout scene. I'd happily have a whole season where it's just them prepping for a party in real time. Like it starts at 8. It starts at like say 12 midday, and then by 6 is the party, and you get an hour episode, a bit like 24.
Yeah. God, I wish I still did Marvel one shots. That's where you got all the random weird stuff that couldn't make it into a movie.
This probably would have been a one shot once upon a time, wouldn't it? Yeah. Or like the trailers from WandaVision.
Yeah. Okay, so you enjoyed this more than WandaVision? I did. 100%. I think they both had different pros and cons kind of thing. And I enjoyed both of them, but I think I preferred this one. But I don't know if that's just because I like these characters more, and this is more my kind of thing.
Yeah, I
did respect what WandaVision did.
Yeah, WandaVision was pushing it out. I was thinking yesterday, like the first 3 Disney Plus shows. So we've got the magical one, the grounded one, and then the space one coming out. That does cover all 3 Marvel bases. And
although I suppose Loki isn't going to be in space, but I know what you mean. Like,
well,
the 3 areas,
travel, like science fiction, whereas the other ones are a bit more.
Do you see that they came out and said? Sorry, just quickly. They said so the Loki thing is going to be him fixing the timelines or whatever. Because he takes the Tesseract out of that timeline, and then that's exactly what the Ancient One said was going to happen. So that's the whole like. I don't know. I think it just makes me more excited because I thought at first oh, he's just going to be like time hopping for fun kind of thing. But it gives it a sense of urgency, which I think is nice.
I imagine it's a lot of like that time agency, whatever they're called. I like you've got a big like sentence you can work it off.
Yeah.
I'm
looking forward to it.
With something like that, gives me hope because then you can just drop in on completely like B-list characters who may even already be dead because it's time travel. Like what's to stop him dropping in with the Warriors 3 or
Oh
roadie for an
yeah,
afternoon and whatever.
they
Like,
could bring them back.
Just jump in wherever and be
I
like,
mean, to
oh,
be fair,
okay.
for all we know, what timeline or reality is he even in? We don't know.
Well, technically, he's in the 2012 Avengers one.
But then they say that he took the stone out of that timeline, out of that reality.
Maybe.
So because he's done that, it's now created a branch reality. So I guess he's in his own one. But then can he go to other ones? I suppose we're going to find out, aren't we?
That's true.
But we
Well,
got
just have to wait till June, I guess.
Yeah. So we got Black Widow, Loki, Shang-Chi, Eternals as well. What if?
Yeah.
Is Shang-Chi this year or is that next year?
I want to say next year, but I think Spider-Man's this year, and we haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah. Shang-Chi. Oh, it says 2021 for Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home's 2021 as well.
Yeah, apparently Shang-Chi's September, which means that we're getting Black Widow. Oh, maybe Eternals was just next year then.
Okay, so we got Black Widow in July, Shang-Chi in September, Eternals in November, Spider-Man in December.
Jesus. So we're getting 4 movies and 4 shows this year. I know What If is obviously in its own sort of universe, but
yeah, we've got Loki coming out in
crazy.
June. What If is in the summer. Hawkeye's this year. Miss Marvel's this year apparently.
Hawkeye as well.
Moon Knight and She-Hulk are next year.
Oh my goodness.
Along with Thor and Doctor Strange next year as well.
We're never ever going to do an episode on anything other than Marvel, are we?
Oh, good. All hail the mouse.
I know we've been saying it for weeks, but next week is our Harry Potter episode. It's going to happen.
Yes, it is. Get your Harry Potter questions in now.
I'm literally going to title it The Harry Potter Episode. Just so it's as clear as possible.
Oh, right. Shall we wrap this thing up then?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to let us know what they thought of the show, you can hit us up on, all the socials. I'm going to let George do that because that's his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, hit us up across online. You can find us on Twitter at The Average In It Pod. Find us on Instagram at The Average Initiative Podcast, I think, or Average Initiative
I think
Pod.
it's The Average Initiative.
Or The Average Initiative.
Yeah.
Find us individually. I am at Geodersey on most social medias.
I'm at Creechmeister on you.
It's not my birthday anymore.
I am wearing the shirt though, just pointing it out. I'm wearing the shirt that George got me for my birthday and it's got our logo on it, and I feel proud and also wanky at the same time. I'm like, oh, look at this.
It's alright, if only you had a cup to drink from as well. He got me a mug, but I left it at home. Yes, thanks again to everyone for listening and following us along on this journey that is whatever this podcast has been. I mean, we've covered a series and a half, so I feel like we're going strong. So thanks for that. What else? Check out 5am Beats, who did our intro music. Shout out to them. And also Alicia Illustrations for doing our logo, which, again, is on Lewis's lovely t-shirt.
Yeah, it's touching my nipples.
Gorgeous. Yep, so thank you, Alicia, for that. I'm sure she'll love it.
She doesn't listen. She might do, I don't know.
Let us know on Instagram and I keep going to say Spotify, Instagram and Twitter for any Harry Potter topics you want us to cover next week.
Please ask us questions. Please.
I have the ability to ramble on for hours on that episode, so I will need strong guidelines.
I want some more community
engagement,
interaction.
Yeah, maybe we need to hold a competition.
We've had one tweet.
Yeah, come on, guys. James, I'm talking to you. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Play. And to be honest, if you're already listening, you know where to find podcasts.
Yeah.
We're also on YouTube.
We are. Although they usually go up about a week or two late because I forget.
Yeah. I think that is everything.
That's it. Thank you very much for listening, guys. See you for Harry Potter. Oh, thank you too, George.
Yeah, so Harry Potter, and then we need to figure out something else coming up.
Oh,
we've got a long way off until June.
Don't even worry, mate. We got lots of ideas in the pipeline. In my pipeline. I put them out of my pipeline into your pipeline.
All right, I'm ending it there.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, everyone.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.